Greetings, everyone. This is Arendelft. Today, just talking a little bit about animal cruelty. And, I suppose ethics. I myself, I have my dog Penny. Some people might mistake me for being a dog person. They would be incorrect in that assumption. I am an animal person. Or more like a living being person. Mind you, I hate spiders. Spiders are the exception. Mind you, I don't want to cause them pain. I just want to kill every last one of them that I see. Except jumping spiders. I'm actually okay with them, and they can jump at you. How weird is that? But all their spiders freak me the frag out. Mind you, I have a healthy fear of snakes, in the fact that I see a snake, especially a rattler, I respect the fact that it can kill me, and I stay the frag away from it. I see a wolf spider, and I go nuts. You know, living things, though. I generally try to have a respect for all living life. Well, living life. For all life. All things living. But when you are a sentient being... Yes, Penny, I love you too. When you are a sentient being, as we classify ourselves, and we have, for all intents and purposes, lack of a better word, dominion over pretty much all other life on this world. Plants, animals, and all their classifications. And you purposely poison an animal, cat, knowing that that creature is going to suffer no small amount before it finally dies through your actions. And it's going to take it a long time to die. This isn't like a gas chamber, like they try to humanely put creatures down. As I said, you know, whenever I kill something, I try to do it as quickly and humanely as possible. Humanely, it's an interesting word. But I try to do it quickly. I do not try to prolong it. Mind you, I doubt the people who poisoned these cats wanted to cause... They might have wanted to cause them suffering. Fact is, all things considered, it's a probability they wanted to cause them suffering. But all round, I have no real way of proving that, and... However, you knew that these things were going to take a long time to die. I mean, the poison was not fast-acting. These creatures are suffering. No small amount. To the point where I see them stumbling through my yard. Mind you, they're strays. Stray cats. I've seen them around a lot. No small amount have I seen these creatures around. And then all of a sudden, two of them are acting erratically through my yard, like stumbling, flopping all over themselves. Usually very nimble creatures. They can barely even walk, let alone run, jump, climb. I watched one try to hop over a fence, and it honestly looked like it was doped up on something. But then I found another one underneath my truck. Well, I should say my family's truck. And it was just curled up in a ball, in obvious pain, barely reacting to my presence, if reacting to it at all, spasming sometimes. This is one of the cats that I recognized, one of the strays that came by once in a while, and would usually run from me on sight, because they were strays. But to see it in such pain, where it couldn't even move. Then to make matters worse, when we got it out from under there, felt its side, and there was a bone out of place like the thing had been kicked. Kicked. some other heavy action that had displaced bones in its body. Not okay. Not remotely okay under any real action. Unless this thing suddenly, for some reason, decided to attack you and your life was in danger. You had no reason to do that. And considering these are cats, classification of a house cat, not big cat that's going to rip your face off and eat you. This was a house cat classification. What possible reason could you have had to have done that? Now, there's a lot of things to be sorrowful about in the world. Like, a lot. How we treat our own people. Homeless people. Homeless veterans who have fought for our country. People who are starving in other countries. I mean, America, first-class country. And then you got third-class countries all over the world, and some that don't even have a real classification because they barely have a government. I mean, there's a lot of suffering in this world. But when you come face to face with a creature that, for all intents and purposes, is domesticated because of humans, and mind you, wild as it is, still lives around us because that was pretty much for I don't know how many years practically been designed to do. Then you poison and, dare I say, torture said animal. Sure, it wasn't directly you. You're not the one responsible for cats being domesticated or whatnot. And fact is, maybe you even hate cats. You hate everything about them. Maybe you hate animals altogether. I don't know. But they're living beings. You know? What if somebody decided that you were a pest, poisoned you, and then kicked in your rib cage to the point where your bones were no longer held in place? I imagine you might have a different perspective. I mean, what a complete waste of life. And I'm not just talking about the poor cat that is currently on my porch, dying in no small amount of pain. Have it wrapped up in a little blankets to make it as comfortable as we can and inside a box. Normally we'd have it in our house, but we have dogs that aren't trained around cats. My little Penny's trained around cats. I made a point of that. She's my dog. But such a complete lack of respect for life. And a waste of life, as I said. And not just that poor cat, but the person who has such casual disregard for said life is, in my opinion, a waste of a life. Some people might find that very cavalier of me. Some people might even have special names for me that they might like to call out or whatever. But the fact is that is a living creature that is still suffering due to someone's actions. Found some other poor cat parked out right on the fence, so weak it was barely managed to crawl through it before it simply either passed out or died on the spot. I mean, their cats in this neighborhood are dropping like flies. I'm more than a little livid. I'm more than a little angry. And I really don't know how to deal with it. Casual waste and disregard for life. I mean, I myself, I volunteer down at the Humane Society of Utah. They focus on being a no-kill shelter, even as unrealistic as that is, for their cat department. Because there are literally so many cats. They get euthanized, aka put down, killed, all the time. But they try to be as humane about it as possible. As they possibly can. And I've seen the staff there. I've seen it when they find out certain names are removed. I see them look away. Like, they wish they could have done more. These are people who care about life. Genuinely. And casual disregard for it is not something I'm, I guess, accustomed to. Used to, or whatever other word you want to use. Seen plenty of things die. Killed more than a few things myself. Things like that, though. More than a little irksome. In any case, this is just Arendelft ranting on a little bit about animal cruelty and how it seriously ticks me off. If anybody has any feedback or comments on this particular subject, feel free to leave your comments in the section below. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, feel free to give it a thumbs down. And if you really like this kind of stuff, you can go ahead and subscribe and whatnot. But in any case, don't get into too much trouble or do. It's always up to you. Toodles.